Hello students, welcome to your social science class and I am your coach for this hour Tanvi. So let us begin with the today's topic. Today's topic of discussion is the revolt of 1857. The revolt of 1857 is a topic of class 8 and chapter number 5 in NCERT with the name When People Rebel 1857 and After. This revolt is also known by the different names like the Great Rebellion, the Mass Uprising, or the India's first war of independence. It occurred in the year 1857. Now, what were the reasons for this revolt? We are going to discuss in this module one by one. Firstly, I would like to tell you why this revolt happened. By the year 1856, we all know that most of India was under the domination of the British East India Company. There were different sections of the society like peasants, zamindars, sepoys, rulers who were not satisfied with the policies of the Britishers, policies that were adopted by the Britishers. What were these policies? These policies, for example, doctrine of lapse, subsidiary alliance, you have already read about them in the previous chapters, so we will not do them in the detail. But yes, these policies formed the ground for this revolt. And this revolt formed the ground for the national freedom struggle ahead. Because this was for the first time that most of the sections came together for the first time, they united together against the British rule. So we will be discussing the causes of this revolt. Causes are like political. Second were economic causes, then social and religious, military causes, and immediate cause. These were the causes of the revolt. And we will be studying them under these heads only, and these are given by the name of different headings in NCERT. Like political causes are given as Nawabs lose their power. So Nawabs lose their power means that Nawabs or rulers, they were losing their control over their territories, and their territories were annexed by the Britishers under different policies like doctrine of lapse and subsidiary alliance. Doctrine of lapse, as we all know, that was introduced by Lord Dalhousie, and according to this policy, if a ruler dies without having a natural heir, his land will be annexed by the Britishers. That means his adopted son won't be allowed to be his next successor. So all these policies created discontentment among the rulers, and similarly, subsidiary alliance was one of them. Then the freedom of the rulers reduced definitely. Britishers were interfering in all the internal matters of their administration, and this was not liked by the kings at all. And why would someone like interference from the outside power? Britishers, they came as traders earlier, but now they started establishing themselves as the rulers. So this was not liked at all by the Indian rulers. Secondly, their armed forces disbanded. So that means their sepoys, they were losing their jobs, and their revenues and territories were taken away at the different stages. Then in the year 1856, this was a very important event. Awadh was annexed on the pretext of misgovernance. Nawab Wajidali Shah, who was the ruler of Awadh, he was deposed of, and his artisans, craftsmen lost the patronage, his army got disbanded. So this agonized the rulers of that time. Then Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was the Mughal emperor at that time, he was informed that he would be the last Mughal emperor and his sons won't be recognized as the next successors. So we can say that all these policies of the Britishers were not at all in the benefit of the Indians. Right now we have just talked about the rulers. Now we will be moving on to the other sections, that is sepoys and zamindars and peasants. Like what was faced by them, what made them so angry that they revolted against the Britishers. So next we are going to talk about the peasants and zamindar.